Santa is busy at work. COVID-19 and the pandemic has not stopped him joining us on the Oakland County Megacast. The man in the big red suit himself, Chris Kringle. Thank you for being with us here on the Oakland County Megacast.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me this year.
So as Santa, I didn't know because of COVID if some of your reindeers could possibly be taking a little bit of break or if you've had any reindeer sick. But if so, I'm willing and able to help you with your services. I can navigate your sleigh. See, I have a reindeer outfit. I'm ready to go.
You're looking pretty good now. Does that nose light up?
So I have separate antlers.
Oh, there you go.
See, so if it's foggy, I could be your backup.
Absolutely. Looking pretty good there.
Santa, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I love your backdrop. And Santa, you are a bright light in the middle of this pandemic. What's going on? Are you excited for the big night?
Absolutely. Very excited for the big night. You kidding? I got goosebumps. If I didn't have these long sleeves on, you could probably see the goosebumps popping out of my arms right now. It's a lot of fun. But you think over all these years of Santa Clausing and going every Christmas Eve that, maybe lose its luster after so many years and so many Christmas Eves, but actually Christmas Eve is and remains my absolute favorite night of the year, every year.
So what's going to be different this year, Santa?
Nothing's gonna be different for me. We're going on as scheduled, as planned, just like every other year.
So Santa Claus joining us here on the Oakland County Megacast, because the one thing that's been great about the outcome of COVID-19 and the pandemic is we've all upped our game when it comes to Zoom. Santa, I have to ask you, did it take you a while to get the technology down, or did your elves have to help you?
Well, the elves are there for me, but they're about as far behind as I am. But Mrs. Claus she's up to speed. She keeps me going on Zoom, and I'm not as tech savvy, but I'm working my way in that direction.
Santa has gone to Zoom, and with that, Santa, what's the big toy this year that everyone is asking for?
Oh, there's so many toys. There's let me think. There's the Paw Patrols has a new game out. There's always Legos and Light Bright and Barbies. I believe there's a soft Yoda figure this year, and Paw Patrol's I think mentioned a game. Now, there's another toy out there, very interesting. I think it was probably submitted by a parent somewhere in the world. It's called Poopalop's Wagtails. It's what it is. It's an interactive pet for boys and girls who have to take care of this pet. And one of the things they do, they've got to feed their pet and take care of it. And after they're finished feeding the pet, they've got to take care of the droppings because the pet actually poops. So they got to learn to pick up poop. That's a strange concept, but like I said, I think a parent may have come up with that one so let them know if we ever get a real dog, you're going to have to take care of that one. So in the meantime, try this one out.
Yeah, and that pet's going to be a lot easier than the real pet, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
So Santa, could you give us a little bit of your secret? I know you get a lot of cookies and milk on Christmas Eve. What's your favorite?
Oh, I love cookies. I think I might be the original cookie monster. And Mrs. Claus makes cookies during the holiday season, lots and lots of cookies. She makes snickerdoodles and Russian tea cakes and, all sorts of, other yummies, the peanut butter blossoms. But I think probably around this time would be the cutout cookies with the icing on top and some sprinkles. Those are very good, very good. And you know what, Mrs. Claus, funny story, last week, she came out with a big tray of these cutout cookies and put them in front of me. She said, "Here, Santa Claus, take these back and share them with the elves when you get a chance." I said, "Absolutely, I will." She came back a few minutes later. She with some big glasses of milk, and she looked down at the tray. She said, "Santa Claus, what happened? So many of these cookies are gone." I said, "Well, it's a mystery. Maybe some of the elves came in and they took some when I wasn't looking." She came a little bit closer to me and she looked at me. She said, "Santa Claus, your beard has got cookie crumbs in it, as big as nickels. I don't think those elves had anything to do with the missing cookies. We both had a big laugh, and she wasn't too upset with me.
So I have to say, I'm about to make our holiday tradition because I'm from Ohio. So we're making Buckeyes. Have you ever tasted Buckeyes, Santa?
Absolutely, I have. You got the peanut butter and the chocolate outside. Those are nice. That's a nice cookie.
We'll be making those tomorrow with the old family recipe. Santa, how are the reindeers doing?
The reindeer are very fit. They're fit and ready to go. They're well rested. Well rested. A lot of the boys and girls think, when I go to visit, they say, Santa Claus, where are the reindeer? Are they up on the roof? Are they out in the street? And I tell them, no, they're of course not. They're back in the North Pole. I said they only fly one time a year. And of course they say, well, how did you get here then, Santa Claus? And I tell them, well, lots of boys and girls, when I meet them, they'll keep in contact with me over the years, even into when they get to be adults and have children of their own. And they'll contact me, they'll call me, they'll email me, say, Santa Claus, if you're in town, I've got a card that you can use and you can go make visits with that. And that's a fine idea. And I'm very thankful. And that happens a lot. So boys and girls, keep in contact when you get older. I might be visiting you when you get older.
What about the elves? How are they doing? Busy year for them?
They're very busy. That's a fun-loving group, hardworking and fun-loving, and they're very supportive, of our mission, to get to bring joy and happiness to boys and girls all around the world. They're loving it, and they join right in, and they work very hard throughout the year. They have some fun though.
I was going to say, they seem like a very playful group. How do you rein them in to get productivity out of the elves?
Well, quite honestly, I'm more of a facilitator. Mrs. Claus, she's pretty good at putting her heel down when it's necessary because she watches the clock. She says, Santa, you boys got to get after it. You boys and girls and all you elves, you better get to it because Christmas Day is coming pretty quick. So she makes sure we stay on the job.
Mrs. Claus, see, every mister needs a Mrs. behind him
Absolutely.
to get things done and to keep them on track.
Yes, and absolutely. And Mrs. Claus is, always cheerful, always very nice and very giving, and she loves to make these home visits with me, before as the holiday season progresses. Because she loves to get out and meet the boys and girls, but she's always there for me, and she's, always takes care of me and makes sure that I've got everything I need.
Santa, can I ask you something? Can you share a secret with me?
Go ahead, ask.
Just between the two of us, how do you fit down the chimneys?
It's magic. It's a magic. I can't share all of that, but of course it's magic. I'm a big guy, and some of these chimneys are only this big around. So yeah, there's a lot of magic involved there. But magic, it's a once a year thing too. So you won't be seeing me coming down chimneys throughout the year, just one time.
With that, hey, when Christmas is over and you get to take a break, do you watch any of these Christmas movies?
Well, I wish I had more time to watch television. I'll tell you what, but Mrs. Claus and I, we're up to our elbows all the time with things to do, and the last minute preparations, of course, coming into it. And, there's always the, checking that list twice, before it's all over. But I would think if there was a favorite holiday movie that I like would probably be the original version of the what is it? Miracle on 34th Street with Edmund Gwenn playing my role. He does a nice job. He does a good job. And that's a classic. So that's probably my favorite.
It is very much a classic. I will say I like Frosty the Snowman too.
That's a good story.
I'd sing it for you, but I'm not a very good singer, Santa.
Everywhere I go, I say, okay, we're going to sing together, but I don't want all those voices drowning out old Santa Claus because he's no Frankie Sinatra. And they try hard, but I can always seem to hear my own voice.
So Santa, I will say, I know you don't have a lot of time, and maybe this is kind of a question for Mrs. Claus, but the big debate this year is who has the better Christmas shows, Hallmark or Lifetime?
Oh, well, again, you know what? You hit that right on the head because if there was a show like that on television, Mrs. Claus would be watching and taking notes. So I couldn't speak to that.
Well, it's so fun having you with us here because I know you're super, super busy as we go into the holiday season. The countdown is on. What do you want to say to the kids that may be watching right now?
Well, I guess my message would be, as always, be kind to others, listen to your parents, work hard in school, believe in yourself, and always never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. That'd be my message to all boys and girls around the world.
Santa, we appreciate you taking time to visit us here on the Oakland County MegaCast.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.
So when do you take off? When does your magic start?
Well, the magic starts, not to we leave the ground, and it's we're preparing for it. Everybody's getting pretty anxious, and once we leave the ground, the magic begins.
Well, just a reminder, if something happens to one of the reindeer and you need a backup, I'm here for you. See, I can lead the sleigh.
I see those lights. I see them. You might just work out. Something happens, I'll contact you.
Santa, thank you for taking time out to be with us.
Thank you again for having me. It's been my pleasure.